So I'm really, really delighted that Arooj could join us. I'm going to hand over to Arooj to just say a few words.
Oh, thank you, Laura, and thank you for the contribution that Action Together has made for many years in Oldham. And you've had a massive, massive impact on the communities and actually on us as a partner as well, because you've helped us and alleviated a lot of stresses, especially during the pandemic, and you continue to do so. So thank you so much. So for those of you that don't know me, my name is Councillor Arooj. I'm the leader of the council. And also a councillor in St Mary's ward, so that's Dave's ward. But I'm delighted to be here for the Good Causes launch for the Oldham Community Lottery. You know, I get to see every single day the amazing things that community groups do, the amazing things that charities do in our communities, and what difference that makes to so many people's lives. And I also know, and I'm so alive to the fact that for many, many years now, funding has been really, really challenging. And we've seen some really good community groups, some really good charity groups disseminate in the past. And that's always been personally painful for me, you know, and I have to be honest, as well as being leader of the council, I am a politician. So I can't, you know, and it's not just a political point, it's reality. Like we've had 13 years of Tory cuts, and that impact has been brutal on places like Oldham. It's been brutal on the charity and the community sector. And it's really, really impacted our communities in such a horrible and hard way that it's been devastating to see. And I know that might sound dramatic, or the words that I'm using might sound dramatic, but for me, they're really real. I spent a year campaigning in my own ward, but as you know, I've been an activist for many, many years, and the impact that I see on people's lives is just too much for anyone to bear. And I think that's what drove me into politics in the first place. But it was really sad because I think when I was younger, I thought as time goes on, things will get better. But actually, the older I get and the more I see, things get tougher and tougher and tougher. And that makes me really sad. But there are now more people than ever in Oldham who need help and support from the sector. And this couldn't be more obvious than during the cost of living crisis. And, you know, for me, that's just a perfect storm. Action Together have recognised how challenging the funding situation is, and they've made that call actually for the sector so many times, and they lobby very hard on your behalf. And I'm pleased that they're now working with Gatherwell to set up this community lottery for Oldham. That's going to make such a big difference. It's going to create so many opportunities as well. And by no means is it going to, like, you know, bridge that gap or address the funding challenge that we have for the sector, but it's such an important, crucial step actually on the way to that journey. So I'm going to really massively be championing the Oldham Community Lottery in my term as leader of the council, and I'm going to make sure all our employers, and that includes the NHS and any stakeholders and the workforce that we have, to make sure that they buy tickets and support our local good causes through the lottery. And we're going to start, like I said, with Oldham Council workforce and the NHS. I also look forward to seeing lots of good causes here in Oldham sign up and start to benefit from that funding raised. And I look forward to having a simple, incentivized way for people in our town to give money to those amazing local community groups and charities. And I think the mayor as well, who's like, you know, really humanitarian and really caring and considerate, and actually has based his whole year on making sure that people have opportunities, would really lend his support to this cause as well. So from me, a massive, massive thank you to Gatherwell, a massive, massive thank you to Oldham, not Oldham, I was going to acknowledge ourselves, I meant to say Action Together, but most importantly, a massive, massive thank you to that amazing community that makes us Oldham. So unfortunately, that's all I've got time for. I wish I could stay for the whole session. Laura will tell you, I love this bit. This is my, you know, people interaction is like the most favorite part of this job. Everything else is just grim, and I do it because I have to do it. But this part is what means the most to me. But thank you so much for giving me the time, Laura. Thank you for everybody for all that you do, and I hopefully see you soon.
No, thank you very much, Arooj. Thank you for your support and for giving up your precious time to be here. We do really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, well, I think without further ado, then I'm going to hand over to Josiah. Josiah, I will let you introduce yourself, but I'm going to hand over to Josiah, who's going to take us through the mechanics then and give us some really good information about how all this is going to work. Over to you, Josiah.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And it's wonderful to see all the good causes of Oldham joining together today. And I can't thank you enough for coming along and listening to the good work that Action Together is doing in partnership with Gatherwell. And to echo Aruja's comments there, this is really all about you and the work that you do within the community already, and what we can do to continue to support you, be able to, help people and the projects that have the greatest impact on Oldham. So we're very excited about this, and we can't thank Action Together enough, within Oldham for joining with us. It is our mission as Gatherwell to be able to support the good causes and charities in local areas, not just within Oldham but across the UK. And we're incredibly excited to bring this into Oldham to support you. So as you can see, it is an initiative that we're doing together. And Gatherwell is themselves an established external lottery manager across the UK. We run about 127 of these lotteries, and we know that it works. And we know that it helps give certainty to the fundraising of good causes. And I do agree with Aruja, it may not replace all of your funding, but it is a way for you to diversify your fundraising channels and have them boosted to give you a little bit more certainty in regards to the work and the projects that you have running, which we're very excited about rather. But the main thing here though is that regardless of that, really today and this whole thing is about you, the good causes. So let's go ahead and let's get into it today. What we're going to be focusing on, we'll start off and I'll explain how it's going to work for your supporters. All right, it's good to understand how, if you sign up as a good cause, how it's going to work for the people who want to support you, so you can explain that to them when you do sign up for Oldham Community Lottery, start benefiting from the funds that you're going to raise through the lottery. And how you actually raise funds will be the second point in terms of how we split the £1 lottery ticket. And then, basically the prizes that your supporters will be able to win if they are participating within the lottery and choosing to incentivize their giving to you, but they may also get something back from it, which is also one of our missions. And then most importantly, how it's going to work for you, the good causes, right? As I said at the top of this is all about you. And that's the main thing today. And then beyond that, from the Gatherwell perspective, I'll detail what you would expect to get from us in terms of how we're going to help you. You already have a great, amazing support from Action Together. And obviously looks like you've got, great allies in the council, like Aruj. But beyond that, what you can expect in terms of the support you'll get from the Gatherwell team acting as Oldham Community Lottery, and our plans in supporting you in various ways, and really to take away the burden from you in terms of using this new fundraising channel and getting that up off the ground. And then beyond that, we'll chat about some other bits and pieces there. And then, of course, we'll go into the Q&A at the end. So how does this actually all work? What are we bringing into Oldham? Well, we're bringing a weekly lottery, basically. It's going to run every single week. And the draw is going to take place at 8 p.m. On a Saturday evening. What that does is, it's not necessarily us turning a barrel, there's balls spinning around and things like that. It is all automated, but largely we're offering a cash prize with a maximum jackpot of £25,000 every single week for your supporters to possibly win. There's also, we'll go into it in terms of how do you actually win the prizes, but there's different, prize levels there in terms of the cash winnings. And then we also provide bonus prizes as well. So it's a weekly lottery that you're going to be able to fundraise through. Each ticket costs £1. The ticket consists of 6 numbers. Your supporters will be able to choose lucky numbers if they have them. Or of course, just have them automatically chosen for them, which is nice. And 1 ticket per week. We support multiple different payment methods as well. And so people will be able to play, via direct debit or payment cards, which is pretty standard. Obviously, debit cards only. We can't support credit cards. And so if they're, playing by a debit card, they'll have to buy a batch of 5 tickets. Rather than just being, 4 tickets. And that's just to cover, things like the payment processing fees that are associated with providing you this payment gateway via, to receive direct debits and debit card payments there. But then, with the direct debit, it works just like and your direct debits, you'd have now just a monthly payment that would come from there of £4.34. And the reason why it's £4.34 pence is because you have those weeks where there are 5 draws within a month, and so when that pence credit, if you will, builds up to be £1, that purchases that ticket for that extra draw in the month. But how does it actually work in terms of for you as a good cause? So there's 2 ways. And if you had one of your wonderful supporters going to the lottery themselves, they would be able to go via this play page where they would have all of your good causes listed there. They can go through and choose a good cause for them to support, then go through and finish off the payment. And I'll show you in a moment, but all of you will have your own good cause page on the lottery. So really, the ideal way is that you're going to be talking about it. You're going to be talking to your community and supporters and say, hey, we've signed up to Oldham Community Lottery as a way for us to boost our fundraising. As a supporter, you're going to get something out of it too. And so they would actually, most of the time, get directed directly to your page. So they don't have to necessarily choose a cause. They're going to go to your page and they go through, choose the number of tickets they want to play per week, and then boom, the rest of it is the funds going to you as a good cause. Now, if a player wins, this is the best thing about the lottery. I'm going to labor this point a couple of times during this presentation here, but there's nothing for you to do in the sense of if the winner wins, they're going to get notified automatically. If it's a cash prize, it will get sent directly into their bank account or their payment method automatically. Nothing for you to do, but of course, you'll be able to see if you have a supporter that wins, and you'll be able to contact them and say thank you for supporting us and all those bits and pieces there. So just to reiterate, weekly draw, maximum prize of £25,000 that can be £1 ticket a week. People can go directly to your good cause page and support you via this via Oldham Community Lottery, and then a variety of different payment methods, and then also automatic notification, automatic payment of their winnings. So absolutely nothing for you to do in that process, but to tell your supporters that you're on this, and to come and support the great work you do via Oldham Community Lottery. Now, who gets what? So this is something that we're incredibly proud of. And I said at the top of the presentation that our mission is to support good causes. And so that's why we are very proud to be able to return 60% of the £1 ticket prize back to Oldham good causes overall. But you, as a good cause, every ticket that you sell, 50% of that, or 50 pence, or depending on how many tickets they're playing a week, will go directly back to you, back into your bank account. And that's something that we're incredibly happy and excited to be bringing into Oldham there. In terms of that 10%, so I did say 60, 50 goes directly back to you, the good cause. 10% is also going to go into a central fund. There'll be basically a little pot there that Action Together Oldham is going to manage, and that's going to be redistributed throughout Oldham in ways like grants and bits and pieces like that. Of course, I'm sure Action Together Oldham will be able to sort of give more detail on that, and we can even talk about this in the session afterwards. But the highlight is that 10% goes to the overall Oldham community, 50% goes back to you, the good cause, directly. Of that, we use 20% of the ticket sale to go towards providing the prize amounts. And not only just the jackpot, but also the bonus prizes and the different levels of the cash winnings that your supporters can win. And then we have 20% that go towards the running of all the lotteries that we have, the running of Oldham Community Lottery. And what that does is it facilitates the payment gateways. So, all the sort of facilitation of your debit card payments, the direct debits, the providing of all the servers and the hosting of the website, all those bits and pieces there. And why, a lot of people may ask why 20%? And that's something that we're actually quite proud of, is because we've been running lotteries since 2013, and we've managed to keep the price of a lottery ticket at £1 since 2013. The price of a lot of things are increasing at the moment. Aruj was talking about it before. And so even with, type of economy that we're in currently, we're very happy to be able to keep the price of playing the lottery quite low. So 20% goes towards facilitation of actually helping you fundraise via this wonderful method. But the highlight here is 60% back to Oldham, which is the best thing. Sorry. There we are. So these are the odds of a lottery and what we're able to provide to your supporters in terms of the winning of either cash prizes or extra free tickets, as we call them. So if you match all the 6 numbers in that pattern there, one of your supporters will win the £25,000 jackpot. And the wonderful thing with all of these cash prizes is that your supporters actually have the option of donating it back to their chosen good cause. We have seen £25,000 jackpot being given back to the good cause. And we've also seen, the jackpot being sort of split. They'll say, oh, can I give this X amount of the jackpot back to the good cause? And we do quite frequently see, the sort of 5 matching, 4 matching number, 3 matching number wins actually being given and donated back to the good causes, which is the best thing. And also a very good thing to see. It happens pretty often there. But if you match 5 numbers in a particular pattern as well, you're going to get the £2,000 prize. 4 numbers, 250. 3 numbers, you're going to get £25. And then, of course, if they're matching 2, we give them free tickets into the next draw that we actually pay for. So once again, that's more funds going back to the good causes themselves. So yeah, basically, when you look at this prize scale here, when it comes to free tickets or the cash prizes, the odds of winning a prize are 1 in 50, which is pretty good odds if you ask me. So this is something that will be on the website. So if you have supporters coming through and they're wondering what are the odds of me winning, it's all set out here. And of course, we'll make sure that this presentation is sent to you, so you can disseminate that throughout your own organisation and good cause, but then also to potential supporters as well. And it's all listed on the website. So 1 in 50, which is fantastic. Now, I've also spoken about the bonus prizes that we run. And once again, there's no extra charge whatsoever to you as good causes for any of this. This is all taken out of the £1 ticket there, which is something that we're very proud of. So every single month, there'll be a bonus prize that one of your supporters will have the chance of winning. There's various things here. One of the prizes that we've had is Nintendo Switch. We've had a Sony home theater system, actually, as our most recent bonus prize. We have holiday vouchers that they can use locally within the UK. And if they so wish, or if they did want to do a city break or even pop over to Europe, they do have the option of doing that. We always try and provide an environmentally friendly option within those sort of travel prizes as well, because we know that's an important thing to think about. But when it comes to the first draw on the Oldham Community Lottery, there's actually 2 prizes that we're running, and that's local, because these bonus prizes are sort of like a national raffle. So every supporter supports your good cause across all the other community lotteries that we also operate as Gatherwell. They all go into a national raffle where they can win these amazing prizes. We've even had Apple bundles of iPhones and Apple Watches, which seem to be quite popular. But beyond that, for the first draw, there'll be 2 winners guaranteed within Oldham. They're going to win £250 one for all gift cards, and they can use that locally, which is really good. Different businesses and whatnot, so they can help the local Oldham economy and things like that. We run these every single month, and what we'll do once we lock in the next sort of phase of these prizes, we'll provide that calendar to Action Together Oldham, and of course we'll provide that to you as a good cause as well, so that if you have the time and capacity, you can actually look over the next year and say, well, up until about June next year, you can say, hey, great, these are all the monthly prizes that are coming out. So if you know that your supporters have a penchant for a particular prize, you can actually plan some activity and marketing activity around that prize. But one thing you should know is that it doesn't all necessarily rely on you for that marketing. We actually remove a lot of the burden from you in terms of doing that marketing, which I'm going to take you through now. When it comes to how it works though, so for you signing up, becoming a part of Foundation Good Causes of the Oldham Community Lottery, if I may say, all you have to do, we've already had a couple of causes already signing up as well, which is great to see. You just need to navigate to the Oldham Community Lottery.co.uk website. And then from there, there'll be different buttons that will allow you to apply to join. The easiest one is there'll be a little button in the top of the nav bar of the website there that says, "Are you a good cause?" And if you go there, we'll have information about you being a good cause and what a good cause is in terms of the lottery. Also on the footer of the website on the right, there is a little button there that says good cause terms. That does have quite prescriptive sort of easy to read information around who's eligible to join the lottery. And what you do is you go through and you pop in some information there. And the information largely, if you're the one that's applying, would be just some of your own information. And why that is because you'll be the administrator of your own good cause page on the lottery. That has heaps of different bits and pieces in there that are going to be very helpful to you in your fundraising journey, which I'm about to talk about. But then you also get approved basically in that time. So if you are committed to joining Oldham Community Lottery, once you send through your application details, just keep an eye out for an email from the Action Together Oldham, most likely Sharon, to call Sharon out there, which is great. And what we'll do is we'll ask some bits and pieces from you, basically. Do you have a constitution, or like a sort of rules of your organization, your bank account details? Do you have 2 unrelated signatories, and bits and pieces like that? So that's sort of the type of information it's going to be asked for. Of course, we want to verify that you are based in Oldham, or at least providing a community benefit within Oldham. And once we get all of that, and it should be handled just in 1 or 2 emails, if that, you get approved. And we really want to try and get you approved within 1 to 2 business days. But of course, thinking of that, if all of you are applying at once, there may be slight delays at that. We do hope that all of you will decide to be part of this fundraising journey within Oldham. And then from there, the only thing that you do, because as I said, there's really not much effort involved from you, but the only thing that as a good cause on the lottery that you'd be required to do in order to actually boost your fundraising is just talk about you being on the lottery. That's all you have to do. Put it in social media, put it on your LinkedIn page if you have one. You've got a WhatsApp community group, easily just share the link there, Twitter, whatever it is. Print off the digital leaflets and marketing material that we actually provide to you. Pardon me. That's all you have to do. And from there, I guarantee you'll see people supporting you on the lottery and then your fundraising coming in. So in terms of this whole journey, this whole process, the only thing for you to actually do once you're live on the lottery is just tell people, hey, we've joined it, come and support us. And from there, it's just a matter of raising funds. And the best thing about this, why I said it gives you certainty at the start, yes, it may not replace all of your fundraising, but the way it gives you certainty is because we're going to pay out all of the funds that you raise every single month. Comes in the first Tuesday of every single month, unless it's on falls on just like outside the period in terms of, let's just say in June, the first Tuesday in June is, the 5th or something like that. Just you're expected to come through, not necessarily the first of every month, just the first Tuesday. And that will be part of your organization's application process. You'll put in your bank details, and then from there, we'll just pay it out to you. So that can give you, foresight into planning. If you want to refurbish the clubhouse or work in providing a breakfast club in a school or whatever it may be, you can actually plan ahead knowing that these funds are going to be coming in, because you'll be able to see that within your good cause dashboard once you apply and sort of project the funds that you're going to be fundraising there, which is fantastic. And of course, there's no upfront cost to be a good cause, right? We see that all of this in terms of what we're providing, and this is why we're working together with Action Together Oldham. It's because all that we're providing is just taken out of that tier cost. There's no upfront cost expected from you at all. And you'll just start raising funds from the get-go once the first draw occurs. I will add that. So the fundraising will begin once that first draw occurs, and that will be, in a couple of weeks. In August, actually, so more than a couple of weeks. So I'll talk about those dates a little bit later. But once we have that first draw, then it becomes a weekly lottery. But I'll touch base on that when we get to the dates. Now, what does your good cause page look like? Of course, this is just an example. Three-legged cat charity does not exist, even though I think it probably would be quite a worthy cause that I would support. But this is what your good cause page is going to look like on the lottery. You'll go to the good cause webpage. You're just going to have your organization logo here. You're going to have different counts of your supporters and, countdown to the next draw. Lower in the page, that's not in the screenshot, it's going to have, add to cart buttons. So your players, your supporters rather, can actually choose just from your good cause page how much they want to support. We call them by different names, like a hero bundle and things like that. And then you obviously have the About Us as well. And what that does is it focuses on, the message of why you're raising funds, even if it's not necessarily, funds that you're raising for a particular reason. If it is, it's always good to add that in. But if really just putting in your mission statement and how you're supporting Oldham, that is also the best thing to add into this page. And as you can see, we've got fundraising ticket goals there. And when you have that fundraising ticket, that basically tells us, okay, tells your supporter and the community, if you maintain this amount of tickets over the year, this is how much money you're going to raise. And that's a nice motivating way for you to actually tell your community, hey, we're so close to actually hitting our fundraising goal. Please sign up, please support us. You can see how close we are. And that can be quite motivating for people in the community, especially if they have an intimate knowledge of the great work that you're doing. And of course, when it comes to the good cause page and also the dashboard, which I'll take you through, and the marketing materials that will appear here as well. We're constantly evolving our product. We are an external lottery manager, but we are also very much into software development. So always looking for new things within the fundraising sphere to actually support you, to enable you to fundraise, in greater capacities there. So even though that's what the Good Cause webpage looks like now, and I'll take you through the dashboard shortly, it won't look like that forever. And that's because we also take on feedback from you as Good Causes. You say this would be really helpful if we had this, or if we would be able to talk to our supporters in this particular way. We'll take that, we put it through to our development and product team, and we change our product based on what the good causes need. So that is one thing we're incredibly passionate about. And I said a couple of slides ago, the only thing that we actually need you to do is to just tell people that you're on the lottery and market it. And this is another thing that we're, love to have as a part of, our offering in terms of Oldham Community Lottery, which is we do marketing materials for you. So when you launch and within your dashboard, you're going to have a bunch of different leaflets and images. So it's like images for Facebook banners, Twitter. We do have digital leaflets. So if you've got an e-newsletter, just pop it in there, nice and easy. Printable leaflets, if you find that would be better for handing out within your community or putting in high traffic areas of your locations, it's all there for you. And not only is it just about hey, we've launched a lottery, it's also ones to say play now and support us. If you have winners, we also have material there saying, hey, we've actually had a winner. So if you want to talk about it, all you have to do is go into your dashboard, go to the marketing materials that we create for you, and it's all there ready to rock and roll. And as I mentioned, with those monthly bonus prizes, you have a whole suite of marketing material that gets renewed every single month. It helps you keep your messaging fresh, and you're not just posting the same image in front of your community, and it's becoming doesn't cut through for them. You have fresh marketing material every single month, which is quite fantastic. And as you can see, this is a physical leaflet there. So we've got your QR code as well. I think after the past several years, we all know how to use QR codes now, for better or worse. And so what you can do is you can have that in the community. That QR code will take them directly to your good cause page. From there, we know how it works now. Buy a ticket, choose the payment method, go through, and 50% of that ticket is going to go to you. One thing that's also quite cool about these marketing materials is that when it comes to the explanation of how it works, as you can see there, all those dot points are actually customizable. You can change it. If you don't like the messaging that you're putting there, you'd rather put something that is more specific to what you're doing as a good cause, you can do that. It's all on your dashboard. Click on customize, put in whatever you need to, and then the leaflet just regenerates, and then it's specific to your good cause and your area, which is great. And then of course, yeah, look, you got your lottery logo, you have your good cause logo here. And then if someone doesn't want to do or use rather the QR code, they can just get directed to the lottery site, and then they'll be given a search term so they can easily find your good cause to support you. But as I said, this is just one example. There'll be multiple leaflets and new leaflets every single month for you to use. What I'm going to do now is just to sort of summarize that, but also talk about your good cause dashboard and what that looks like. I'm just going to play this little video, and it won't take too long, and it will just give you a bit of a high level view of how that all ties together to be able to boost your fundraising.
So you've signed up as a good cause. Now what do you need to do? Well, you need to let people know about it so they sign up and support your cause. We do all of the boring hard stuff for you, and we even give you tools to promote it, but you need to use them to spread the word. Start shouting from the rooftops and let as many people know as possible. Remember, the more people who know about your lottery page, the more supporters you will get and the more money you will raise. The sky's the limit. Never stop recruiting supporters. Not only do you scoop 50p from every ticket they buy, but they also help spread the word for you. And because people sign up as long-term supporters, you raise 50p from their tickets every week. And it all soon starts adding up. But it won't happen on its own. All you need to do is keep spreading the word. As a good cause, you get your own dashboard, which helps you keep track of how your lottery fund is performing. Download marketing leaflets or even customize them to say what you need to. When you first log into your dashboard, the name of your dashboard will be across the top, along with any immediate actions for you to do. You'll also see a chart to show how your tickets are growing. If you click on the supporters button, this will take you to a page where you can see all the details of the people that are supporting your cause. You can use the supporters details to thank supporters or provide updates on how their support is helping. The leaflet button is probably the most important button on your dashboard. Here you will find lots of leaflets that we create especially for your cause. You will find both printable and digital versions with your own logo on. What's more, they're specially tailored for you, as they send people straight to your page where they buy tickets for your cause. All you need to do is make sure you use these leaflets to spread the word and watch your funds grow. So, print off as many printable versions and hand them out to as many people as you can. People can even scan the QR code that we put on there for you, which takes their device straight to your page, so they don't need to search for you when they visit the lottery site. Download the digital leaflet and email it to as many people as you know. Your digital leaflets contain a special button which directs them straight to your page, where it only takes a minute to sign up and start raising money for you. What's more, you can even change the text on all of these leaflets using the Customize button, so you can create your own version with a special message, like what the money you raise will be used for. A new leaflet design is available every few months, so you can keep the advertising materials for your lottery page fresh. So remember, your dashboard is your most important tool and provides you with everything you need to enroll your own supporters. We do all of the hard work for you, so all you need to do is shout about your page, spread the word, and watch the money you are raising grow.
And for the eagle-eyed good causes out there, you may have seen there was a couple of buttons on there, one that said supporters and one that said winners as well. So what you'll be able to see is basically, a list of all the people who are supporting you on the lottery, in addition to anyone that's won. So you'll be able to email those supporters and say, hey, thank you so much for supporting us. If you'd like to sign up to, our mailing list, so you can keep, up to date with wider things that the organization is doing, that will be possible as well. In addition to the winners there. So I do apologize. My slides seem to be taking a little bit longer to load today. So if you just give me a moment, I'm just going to try and get to the right one. But in addition to that, you'll be able to contact your winners and be able to say to them, hey, thank you so much for supporting us. Do you mind giving us, a quick little quote or something like that? You could use them as a little testimonial, so you can say to the community, hey, people are winning when they support us, and bits and pieces like that. So you have access to all that information, which is going to be quite helpful, and you'll be able to see who they are and who's supporting you. Now, basically what we're going to do and what we're going to support you as, and provide you within this wider thing is obviously the lottery website. It's been designed with Action Together Oldham, and beyond that, it's obviously powered by our engine, but it's fully secure. It's PCI compliant as well, and it's an accessible website. And what I mean by accessible is because if you are, a good cause that supports people with vision impairments and things like that, it's fully compliant with what websites need to be. It's usable with like voiceovers, so to be able to navigate through the site without actually reading the text, and bits and pieces like that. And it's available 99% of the time, so that gives you certainty of fundraising. And we monitor that 24/7. It's also a responsive website as well. So obviously you can access it on a laptop, you can access it on an iPad, on your phone. And I've actually seen that happen at an event where they're talking about fundraising and someone said, hey, we're actually part of this lottery. And what they did was they went onto their phone and they logged into the admin dashboard for the good cause, brought up a digital leaflet, and basically had the QR code on their phone. People were scanning the QR code, going to their good cause page and buying tickets. So it's always good to have something that you can access on the go in order to keep your fundraising rolling ahead. In terms of support, once again, there's nothing for you to do to actually provide customer support for your supporters. That's all done by Gatherwell and my team. And what we have is a dedicated telephone number that's local as well to Oldham, which is fantastic. And we also have a support email. Now, in addition to the phone number and the email, right? That's not just for your supporters, that's for you as well. If you have a question about, hey, what's the next bonus prize that we're running? I'm having issues accessing my leaflet. I want to update the bank details of the organization. Get in touch with us. We'll be more than happy to help. That we are here to support you. And then in regards to everything else, not just when it comes to good causes, but when it comes to the support as well, there'll be Oldham Community Lottery Facebook and Twitter pages. You can keep up to date, see if there's any winners or jackpots, for the lottery in general, and not just related to you as your good cause. So all of that's run by us, nothing for you to do, and we do that all for you. What's the role of Action Together Oldham? That's another one as well. So Action Together Oldham is going to be talking about the lottery overall. They're going to be the central promoter. They will talk about the good causes on there, of course, but largely just the general, talking about it in the community, telling supporters, hey, this exists, go and find a good cause within the community to support. Once again, Oldham, Action Together Oldham, they're going to do all of the licensing returns to the Gambling Commission, right? So they handle the licensing and they do the commission returns. So what does that mean? Once again, absolutely nothing for you to do when it comes to that. Beyond that, we already know Action Together is an amazing support for the good causes in Oldham, right? So they're already providing general good practice and advice. That's going to continue. Then, of course, the overall administration of the scheme, and then, the assessing and the approval of the applications of the good causes that are coming through. Just a quick one, I'll run through this and we'll open it up to questions. But this is just an example of one of the lotteries that we've had as part of the family for quite a while. and it's Buckinghamshire Lottery there. And they themselves have over 360 good causes. Did start in 2015. So some of these numbers look quite high because they've been around for a while. But in that time with us, they've actually raised over £820,000 that have gone directly back to good causes. That's not to do with, you know, the extra 40% that's going back to prizes, or the running, or like the maintenance costs and things like that. 820 back to the good causes within Oldham, Buckinghamshire directly. So it's a great thing that we can use, you know, as an example of what the potential is within Oldham. And I'll run through some quick examples. We've got Great Brick Hill Cricket Club here. They have raised over £16,000 since joining the lottery in 2015. And their top tip at the bottom, which you'll see, they offered a free drink from the bar for everyone who signed up for the lottery before the first draw. So that's just something that anyone may be able to actually replicate. We've got Carers Bucks as well. They've raised over £7,000 since joining. And, you know, look at the number of tickets they have every week, just 54, only 54 tickets. And 54 tickets doesn't mean 54 people. People often buy two tickets in the weekly draw, right? So, you know, don't think that that's an unachievable target there. And the top tip was they added the lottery link to their page and all of their email signatures. Pretty easy, low-hanging fruit. And look what it's brought in for them in terms of their fundraising. We've got another sports club here, over £8,000 since joining. And once again, what did they do? They utilised the printable leaflets and they dropped it in all around the village there. Wonderful. So your challenge, and this is just a challenge, right? When you do sign up, I'm going to talk about it quite clearly here. It is something that we're working on improving or sort of removing. But when you do sign up, guys, when you send in your application, you will see a tick box there that says, hey, we're going to try and aim to sell 20 tickets a week. And then we may say, if not, then, you know, you may be removed from the lottery. That's 100% not the case. If you sign up and it takes time for you to get going, and you're sitting on 0 tickets or 1 ticket for quite a long time, that doesn't matter. You're not going to be removed from the lottery for not selling tickets or anything like that. But of course, what will happen at that point is we will actually reach out to you and say, hey, do you need any help? Do you need any support or anything like that to help you utilize the lottery? You know that you're already fundraising and you know how to do it. So once you sign in, just keep a look at your email addresses as well, because you will get contacted from Action Together Oldham to just, you know, finalize that application. So please keep an eye on it. Log into the dashboard. That's why we created the dashboard. It's going to give you access to your supporter information, your marketing tips, and also the marketing material. You know, updating the details. If you change your address, you can do it all through the dashboard. It's all there for you to easily self-serve this fundraising channel and help us help you. Give us feedback. You know, this is maybe the first time a lot of you are using a lottery as a fundraising method, if you're not already receiving funding from the National Lottery. So yeah, if you have any questions, get in touch. We are here to support you. 9 a.m. to 5:30, Monday to Friday, we're here. And then obviously spread the word as well. And of course, these are some of the causes that have already signed up. We've got Ambitions, Oldham and Tameside, the Home Start Host, Oldham Food Bank, and of course, as I said at the top, Oldham Community Lottery Central Fund there. So come and join us. And real quickly, these are the dates as well. So you can sign up today, and I hope you do. And then from the 25th of July, this is when you're going to start fundraising. That's when ticket sales will open and you're ready to rock and roll. After that, the 19th of August is the first draw. And after the 19th of August, every single week is when the weekly lottery will be taking place. So please come and sign up and get ready for the 25th of July. That's when your fundraising journey is going to begin.